Hey, what's going on YouTube? So welcome to a gear alternative build where we try to make a good viable build revolving around a very underused set. For this video we will be taking a look at the Overwhelming set on a Magplar or a Magicka Templar, and for this series I will be straying away from trial gear or mythics. Furthermore, the rotation will be simplified and as static as possible. This build is capable of pulling over 100k on the parse dummy in a solid build for starting your group content journey. So as per usual, starting off in the character sheet, I have 64 points in a Magicka, and I'm running the Thief Mundus. For the race, we're a High Elf because High Elves have some of the best passives for Magicka DPS. For the food, we're just going to be using the standard Clockwork Citrus Fillet for anything hard. A cheaper and almost just good alternative would be Witch Mother's Potent Brew. And lastly, if you're parsing or need more sustain, Ghastly Eyeball is always the go-to. And for potions, Spell Power Potions is the way to go. Make sure you have 3 points for the medicinal use from the Alchemy skill line to benefit from the full duration of the potions. So for CP, for the blue tree, we're going to be running Exploiter, Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, and Wrathful Strikes. Swap out Exploiter for crit damage CP like Backstabber or Fighting Finesse, especially if you need more crit damage and content. For the red CP, we're just running Siphoning Spells, Rejuvenation, Fortified, and Balanced Vitality. But with all red CP, it's super situational and just run whatever you feel like. So for the gear, we're going to be running Deadly paired with Overwhelming, 1 Maelstrom Staff on the back bar, and a Nirnith monster set. So breaking down in the main hand, we have a Deadly Dagger Nirnhold with a flame damage enchant, and the offhand charge with the poison damage enchant. For the back bar, we just have a regular Maelstrom Inferno Staff infused with a weapon damage enchant. For the head and shoulders, 2 pieces of Nirnith, both in Divines with max mag enchants and medium. For 1 piece of the body, we have Deadly. This is also Divines with a max mag enchant. For 4 pieces of the body, we're running Overwhelming, all in Divines with max mag enchants. And lastly, for the jewelry, 2 pieces of Deadly jewelry and 1 Overwhelming jewelry. All of them are going to have the weapon and spell damage enchant, all traded in Bloodthirsty. So for the skills, we're going to be running Purifying Light, Puncturing Sweep, Deadly Cloak, Radiant Oppression, Inner Light, this is our flex spot, and Flawless Dawnbreaker. On the back bar, Blazing Spear, Unstable Wall of Fire, Ritual Retribution, Barbed Trap, Inner Light, and this is another flex spot, and our ultimate Shooting Star. So for the rotation, I try to keep it as static and simple as possible, meaning we're going to be prioritizing our Purifying Light and then casting 5 skills after that. So for the first part of the rotation, you can go Purifying Light into Blazing Spear, Unstable Wall, Ritual Retribution, Trap, Bar Swap into Deadly Cloak, and that's your 5 skills with Purifying Light. Second part of the rotation goes Purifying Light with 5 Puncturing Sweeps, and then we go Purifying Light into a Blazing Spear, Wall, and 3 Puncturing Sweeps. And then we go back to the front bar, Purifying Light with 5 Puncturing Sweeps. So as soon as it hits about 40%, you can start replacing your Puncturing Sweeps with your Radiant Oppression. And whenever your ultimate Shooting Star is ready, you could just replace one of your Puncturing Sweeps, or you just fit it into the rotation. So for closing thoughts, Overwhelming is actually a really good set, especially if you don't have access to trial gear. Furthermore, it does give you a ton of sustain, so it's a really viable choice if you don't want to micromanage your sustain, especially in content. You can choose to upgrade your Overwhelming set to any of the typical trial sets depending on how you want to play, such as Boss A or Whirl of Depths. And because this build is primarily light armor, you shouldn't have too many penetration issues. But if you do decide to go a hybrid route, then penetration can become a problem. So just make sure you keep an eye out for that. That wraps up the build explanation section of this portion. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below or come join our Discord. Link is in the description. I will have a written guide linked in the description for those who would prefer that. And as always, thank you to my YouTube members. Feel free to stick around for an attached parse. If not, have a good day and thank you again.